friends, welcome to this new episode. In this episode, we will discuss about automatic data replication without MDG layer. So what I mean, normally once the change requests are approved or activated, we replicate the data to the target systems based on the DRF configuration. Otherwise, using DRF, you can also manually replicate the data to the target system. But in this episode, we will talk about the different use cases without MDG layer. So let's go to the next slide. So these are the use cases. I mean, one use cases, the people update the material data using the T codes MM01, MM02 or MAS or LSMW or even the data migration tools directly in the backend. Otherwise, there are cases where the materials are periodically distributed from the central ERP system to the MDG system. I had this requirement from one customer where they are using the central ERP system for so long, which is connected to so many online processing system. And these online processing systems are creating or updating the material master data in the central ERP system. So we had to replicate this master data to the MDG system, and we should make sure that these master data once again not replicated back to the central ERP system because yeah, in the DRF we configured the central ERP system also as a target system. So if some users creates a change request for material update, we usually replicate those data to the central ERP system. So in this case, we should make sure that the whatever data comes from the central ERP should be created in the MDG, but it should not be replicated back to the central ERP system. So I hope you guys came across this situation. Some customers they use a firefighter access to update the material master directly using MM02 in case of emergency reasons in the MDG system. So in all these cases, we should make sure that the material data get automatically distributed to the target systems. So here we are clearly not using the MDG layer. So we need to enable certain business transaction events to trigger the replication to the target system. So let's go into the system and then check together. So go to T code. Okay, so these are the business transaction events. Then look for LO underscore MD. So this business transaction event, you can enable it and you can use it if you are using S4 system without MDG. Otherwise, if you have a MDG installed or activated in this S4 system, then use another business transaction which is called as MDGM. You just have to activate, then it will replicate the data to the target systems based on your DRF configuration as soon as there is an update on the material master data. So behind these business transaction events, there are function modules. So let's go and check those function modules. To do that, go to T code SC16N and then open table TBE31, and then the application IDs LO -MD and then MDGM and then execute. So these are the function modules behind this business transaction events. So you should make sure that you will enable only one business transaction events, either LO-MT or MDGM. So if it is MDG system, you simply enable MDGM. And yeah, so as you see for MDGM, we have two events. This event is for MATMOS replication and this event is for CLFMOS replication. So now go to your uh, outbound implementation. So here, if you are using this outbound implementation, if you are using these two outbound implementation, you must enable MDGM. In case you're using 194, 2 or 3, it's sufficient to enable LO-MD. But if you are using the combination of both, then enable MDGM. In a simple words, if it is an MDG system, just enable MDGM, then it will work for all the cases. So Now test it. So go to T code MM02 and then click basic button and then oh, go to SM58. It's little faster than us, so yeah, just as you see, the replications are triggered using the DRF configurations. So now, as I said, we should also avoid the backward replication. To do that, go to T4 SE24 and then CL DRF membership API. So here you can ignore the the business system, the central ERP system. You can check for user ID. So basically, we replicate in our case with a specific user ID from the central ERP to MDG. So we check if that the master data created using that specific user ID, then we exclude the backward replication. So this read system will contain all the target systems maintained in the data replication model. So in our case, we will delete the central ERP system from the target systems. So it will replicate to other system, excluding the central ERP. And yeah, that's all, guys. And I will come back shortly with maybe another video. Maybe that video is little bit interesting because I will talk about the MDG 2023 upgrade fixes and the issues. So until then, I wish you all a nice day.